insassi deuxième Chanel moi. And aujourd'hui, we are going to be talking about mermaids. In fact, real sightings of mermaids. We have some photos, we have some stories, we have some eyewitness accounts. All sources will be linked down below. Of course, a lot of these things are a lot older, so you know, you may not be able to like really understand or see certain things, but nonetheless, we here to talk about some stories because woo chow. You guys really enjoyed my first mermaid video that I made about a year or some change ago. So I was like, you know what, let's do another one. And I feel like there's so much more I can do. So let's just start it off with these sightings. Every time we talk about mermaids, I feel like a lot of times it's about Haiti or Africa or, you know, Latin America, stuff like that. But no one ever talks about other places. You know, they always try to make it seem like we're crazy, we're making shit up. Oh, it's evil, it's demons, it's voodoo. I mean, okay, whatever. Well, you niggers, this, that, and the third. Well, bitch, we got some other sightings around the world for y'all motherfuckers. Now, many of us, when we think of mermaids, we think about none other than Little Mermaid, okay? Pretty, fishtail, in the water, dumbass love story. So yeah, we can never get the truth from these Disney movies now, can we? However, when I really looked into things, I realized that people have been talking about mermaids since the dawn of time. In fact, if you guys are not aware, actually Christopher Columbus actually talked about mermaids in one of his journals when he settled in Haiti. So let me read this from my little journal, okay? This is my YouTube Ultimate Planner. Go get it. Go get it. Available on Amazon, International, everywhere, motherfuckers. And I quote, "They were not as beautiful as they were painted, although to some extent they have a human appearance in the face." Now, of course, there's a lot of people that say that these could have been manatees or any other type of animal, which a lot of sightings have been said to be. But very interesting to talk about because he's not the only explorer that has talked about seeing mermaids or wrote about it in journals. We also have Rabbi Shlomo. I don't think I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry. No need to be disrespectful to anybody's name that I say wrong in this video. I just really don't know how to pronounce these names. In about 1040 to 1105 Anno Domino, okay, AD, he wrote, and again, I gotta read from here, "There are fish in the sea with which half is in the form of a man and half in the form of fish, called sirene in Old French." Now, this is in the Talmud, which is a Jewish book of law and legend. So take that for what you will. But again, this has also been one of those things where people try to say that's not what he's talking about. But again, draw your own conclusions. Understand that all of this is kind of theory based, but not really. These are people that literally were real people that actually said they have seen this. It's been recorded. There's been pictures. There's been stories. There's been interviews. Let's bring it to a little bit more current. 1943, Japan. K Islands to be exact. During World War II, there were Japanese soldiers in the K Islands. They were actually stationed about 550 square miles away from the K Island. And they reported numerous sightings of mermaids. They said that they kept seeing these creatures or these beings that had pinkish skin, that were about 150 centimeters tall, spikes all over their bodies with mouths that resembled the mouths of carp. But this is a little bit different. These mermaids weren't really the mermaids that we consider today. These were people with more like frog-like features. They had really, really long arms and frog-like type of feet, but essentially some sort of a water people. And what's very interesting is the local people already knew about them because they talked about it for quite some time as well. And these creatures are called icons. Now, again, like I said, I hope I'm saying it right, but I'm probably saying it wrong. These soldiers were horrified and terrified. They were sitting there like, what the fuck? Now, these soldiers were really, really terrified, but like intrigued at the same time. They said that these creatures seem to be very amphibious. Like they can come on the land, but they most likely spent their time in the water. Now, of course, as intrigued as they were, because humans don't know how to mind their goddamn business, these soldiers went on to explore a lagoon, okay? It was like some unknown type of lagoon, unknown territory type of situation that's never been explored. While they were doing that, they see an icon, and the icon looks at them and burps. And it's not like just, excuse me, like growl type of burp type shit, like, "What are you doing here? Why? You wanna mind my business? I got you." In a split second, another econ came out of nowhere and kind of like darted towards them under the water. Of course, being panicked, they got guns and shit. So what do? They start trying to shoot the econ in the water. Honestly, not logical, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't understand. So they started shooting in the water only for whatever it was to just vanish, and they were so terrified they bring this back to their sergeant. Now I believe the name of the sergeant was Mr. Taro, and Mr. Taro was a little bit skeptical, but he literally put out a message immediately to the people in the nearby village like, hey, whoever can find this econ needs to bring this econ to me immediately, or any econ, because we need to investigate what's going on. Eventually their chief called the general, and that general went and saw for himself the dead econ. Like, he was just like shot, or the creature, whatever it was like dead. Like, they saw the corpse wash up on the water near the lagoon where the soldiers previously were. And he said it was roughly 4 foot 9 inches tall, pinkish skin, human looking fish, and limbs, spikes along head, and carp like mouth. I mean, listen, he's seen it and was so concerned and wanted so much to be done about this that he actually called on science to help. He contacted numerous organizations, but nothing was ever done. Which leads me to think, do you guys think that the government or just the world in general is in cahoots about keeping supernatural things away from us? Or do you think all of this is some bullshit? Let me know down below. Of course, we have 1967, British Columbia, Canada. Now, I feel like a lot of people might know about this one, but if you are unaware, there were a group of tourists in Canada. They were in a ferry, they were near the main islands, when they all spotted a blonde woman on the beach enjoying a fish with a fishtail. Literally, like a live mermaid, just sitting there enjoying the waves, enjoying the wind, just eating her little fish or whatever. And people were just sitting there like, oh my God. Of course, this is only the 60s. There's cameras, but sadly there wasn't no Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok to capture this. But there is a picture. To be honest, looks very convincing to me, but maybe we should crop it. Now, keep in mind, there are people out there that do like to just dress up like mermaids, to be quite honest. Like, that's a real thing, just like there's people that enjoy dressing up like babies. Listen, we have some interesting people in this world. So maybe this could have been someone that was just doing that. Maybe not. Charles White of the Undersea Gardens, which I believe was the tour company, essentially offered a $25,000 reward for anyone that can capture the validity of this mermaid. We're out here offering the mermaid fucking combs and hotel rooms. Like, I don't know what the hell. They thought that they was about to bring them a Beyonce mermaid or some shit. Like, it got to the point where this story got so big that they were desperate to prove that this was real, to prove that the mermaid was real. Because let's be real, if they can prove it, you know how much notoriety and notability that is if they can really prove that there's a Canadian mermaid. The story died. That brings us to Kona, Kauai in 1998. Where Leisure Mbakone, there's no first name, there's no last name, just the Liche. He was a diver, and he also claims to have the first genuine, legitimate proof of a mermaid existing. He has the first real clear-cut picture, and honestly, it's very terrifying because this picture's been expunged almost everywhere on the internet. I had to find the picture directly from his site. I saw stories talking about it, but every time I tried to get the picture, it was just like page not found, page not found. Very interesting to think about. Now, he operates Jack Diving Locker in Kauai. He was 20 minutes off the coast of Kauai when they saw a woman swimming with dolphins. Now, of course, people swim with dolphins all the time. However, Alicia was like, wait, this woman is keeping up with the dolphins. If you guys are not aware, dolphins don't just swim, they swim. And this woman was literally keeping up with the pace of the dolphins. And he's just sitting there like, that's strange. Like, how is it that this woman is able to swim that fast and at the same pace as these dolphins? Until the mermaid shoots up in the air and does a couple flips or whatever, and they see that this woman has a fishtail. I'm saying they because it wasn't just him. It was him and a couple of other people on that boat and they witnessed this as well. They're all in shock and they're like, oh my God, what the fuck just happened? But they did not have enough time to capture the moment. Now, you would think that this is the end of the story. However, luckily and somehow by the grace of God or the mermaids down below, a couple hours later, he was still in the water taking some aquatic photos when, I don't know if it's the same mermaid, the mermaid's homie, we don't know, when a mermaid came up and brushed against his boat, giving him enough time to snap a photo. Bitch. Now, a lot of you guys are like, oh no, it's fake, it's fake. To be honest, I had to do so much to figure out a lot about this picture. And it's been examined by numerous experts. Mind you, this is 1998. We're not talking about 2008, 2018, 2080. We're talking about 1998, okay? Photoshop not that strong. It's not that easy to fake shit back in the day. And numerous people have looked at this. They have said this photo has not been tampered with whatsoever. And I have to say, of all of these stories, this one was so weird and so difficult because it was hard to really find the original photo. So, I mean, that might say a lot. Now we have 2009 Israel, Kiryat Yam. There have been numerous locals who have said that at dawn they see a creature-like kid form type of situation playing around and doing tricks on the beach. And this creature or mermaid, etc., is said to look like a little girl. Now, of course, things got so out of hand and so crazy that this actually did end up making national headway. Everyone was talking about it, and it got to the point where the Israeli government offered $1 million, okay, a $1 million reward to whoever can actually catch a photo of this mermaid and prove that this mermaid exists. Just had to be an authentic photo. Now, as you can imagine, people was going crazy. Everybody wanted to get that $1 million. My thing is, with all of the situations that's going in Israel, they have the nerve, the gall, the audacity to offer $1 million for a mermaid photo. Meanwhile, a lot of their people can't even eat. You know what? Whatever. Anyhow, a lot of people tried to get this photo, but many failed. Of those who tried was actually NBC. Yes, NBC, the national broadcast channel. I should know what that is. I'm just going to figure out what the fuck that was. You get the point, okay? NBC, the news channel, the network, whatever the case may be. They set up cameras in the water, above the water, all motherfucking around, 24/8, all day, every day. Nonetheless, it was for an extended period of time, and they got absolutely nothing. I mean, I heard they did get like a glimpse of something that kind of looked like someone dipping into the water at an odd time, but they couldn't identify exactly what it was. Maybe it could be a mermaid, maybe it couldn't have been a mermaid. Nonetheless, we ain't got no proof, and people wasted their goddamn time. Honestly, maybe some mermaids just don't want to be bothered. You guys ever notice when it comes to anyone having a story about a mermaid, you never really truly have proof of getting that mermaid? Like, you almost never get the picture. That's probably because they don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be found, okay? Like, I'm sure there's a reason for this, because like, as you guys hear about a lot of these stories, whether it's from this video or outside, it's like, it's hard to believe because it's like, but where's the proof? Where's the scale? Where's the fin? Where's this? Because there's no proof of them. I wonder why they don't want to be found. Like, do they just like not like us? Is it like one of those things where it's like, you know how our parents tell us like not to do certain things and not to talk to strangers? Are these people like not supposed to be on the shore at certain times? Kids like not allowed to come up to shore at certain times, but then they do it and they disobey. Like, can you imagine if they have like some sort of like surveillance? Like, you know what, Jimmy? They caught you out on the shore eating a salmon. Are you happy now? Yes, there's mermen as well. There's mermen. Can you imagine them getting in trouble for being sighted? Like, can you imagine like, now you're on the Mermaid 9 o'clock news, Janet. They caught your ass. They caught you eating some tilapia on the beach in Ireland. They probably literally have their own world down there. Like, the ocean has not been 100% explored. There's over 90% of the ocean that has not even been touched. Everybody trying to find Atlantis, they probably living in Atlantis. That shit probably booming right now. Like, it's very, very wild. Now, speaking of mermaids that don't want to be bothered, in Africa in particular, those have to be the most insane stories of mermaids I've ever seen. I almost never really seen a positive story about mermaids in any African country at all, because they seem to not be the most friendly. That brings us to 2012 in the cities of Gokwe and Motara. Ooh, child, that's even worse. I feel like I said that worse than anything else. Zimbabwe 2012. They were trying to fix one of their dams. If you guys are not aware, in many other countries specifically, dams are very, very important to the agriculture and sometimes even the wealth and stability of the locals of a town. And especially in Zimbabwe, it was very instrumental for them to fix this dam. I believe the water pump needed to be replaced or fixed, and they hired help. Lots of local workers and divers were hired to fix the dam. They literally came back and said that they would never return back to that area ever again. Can you imagine being hired for a job and you get so mad, so sad, so scared, so hell the fuck no, I'm not going back. I don't give a fuck how much you pay me because you saw some mermaids? Yeah, that's literally what happened. They were scared shitless. Now, of course, local ministers and other practitioners came and they were like, hey, you know, you guys don't need to be afraid. We can do some rituals that will get rid of the mermaids. And even with that, they said they would not return. Now, this ritual actually entailed brewing beer. Listen, I was not gonna go back to that bitch either. I would have been like, yeah, bye. Whatever these mermaids did or said, they most likely did something that would make them never want to come back or told them not to. So don't got time for your rituals, motherfucker. Of course, as I've mentioned before, there's lots of superstitions and lots of negativity surrounding the existence of mermaids. So the government just honestly thought, okay, like they're doing too much. This is most likely a cultural thing. You know, they're being superstitious, they're being extra, and they hired outside help. No affiliation with Zimbabwe, no idea about what happened, no nothing. Okay, these were regular people, unaffiliated, knew nothing about this. And same shit happened. They went to the dam and they said, I'll be damned, I am never going back to that shit again. And now the government's sitting there like, what the fuck? The whole process to fix the dam ended up being delayed for quite a while because no one wanted to go near the dam. What do you think happened? Like, I low-key feel like the mermaids was like, get the fuck out. Yes. Yo, the mermaids was probably like, get my skills. Honestly, they're probably like, yo, get the fuck out. Get out of my face. This is my house, bro. It's probably like, what are you doing here? As we discussed in my previous mermaids video, there's a lot of people that have different renditions. Either they can be extremely beautiful or extremely ugly, where they say that they are extremely beautiful until you piss them off, and then they get like ugly face, you know, they get red eyes and stuff like that. They can transform. Later on in 2016, same place, Zimbabwe, a woman actually came forward saying that she was attacked by mermaids. Y'all, attacked, okay, like assaulted. Her name is Rose Meguza, and at the time she was 45 when she decided to walk home from work, and instead of taking her regular route, she decided to take a shortcut. Now, this shortcut actually entails you passing through like a small type of body of water situation. As she was crossing, she got ambushed by like a whirlwind type of situation. Upon being knocked down, she said she saw two mermaids. One was a woman, the other one was a man. The woman had extremely long hair, like literally like almost down to her butt, and the man had like long hair as well, but it was like more to his shoulders. And she was so terrified, so startled. Both of these mermaids had roving eyes, bro. Bitch, I probably would have passed the fuck out. Now, this fall in the water actually broke her teeth. Now, this is just Zimbabwe, okay? We talked about Israel, we got Japan, Canada. There's so many stories out there regarding mermaids that, like, oh my god, I could probably make this a series, okay? Comment down below if you want more mermaid or other creature related type of stories. Comment your suggestions down below, and also let me know, do you think mermaids exist or no? Why or why not? These people can't be lying. From Anno Domino to 2021, the numerous sightings and stories out there about mermaids is overwhelming, and it's very, very hard to ignore. It's like all of these people can't be crazy, they can't be lying, and they can't all just be saying manatees. One really plausible theory is that during the whole evolution of humans, instead of many humans staying on land, a lot of them migrated to the water, and have become mermaids. I said it before in my other video, but I really think that mermaids are probably like people, and they have their own underground world, and there's like different types of mermaids. I believe that certain mermaids from different regions or different whatever are just different, just like we're different as people. There's some evil people, there's some amazing people, there's some in between, there's some regular, you know. So it's like maybe there are amazing, beautiful, vibrant mermaids that give you riches, and maybe there's a lot of ugly, envious, horrible mermaids that will curse you. Like, I feel like there's probably both, and it depends on the region and just which one you stumble upon. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.